It's a lot of contenders, and you have to make big fight when it's time to do it, you know. So this is the fight that everybody wanted to have, including me and Nick, I'm sure. So we're doing it.
It's not so bad once you're here, but yeah, it's I'd rather not do it. I mean, it's not I can, I'll survive, but it's a little close to the fight to probably take off from home.
I think the whole Nick Diaz thing is played up a lot. He didn't show up for that one press conference. That was a bad one. But in my opinion, I mean, you could ask him. I'm sure he has his own opinion. I've always had a good relationship with Nick Diaz, as far as I'm concerned.
I had less opponents that were very nice to me than they were trash talk. So it's an usual thing for me. I don't want to fight the number 3, I want to fight the guy who's ranked the best. And I believe the best guy right now, it's Nick Diaz. After the first round, Nick Diaz will know that he's gonna have a bad night, and I'm a better fighter than he is. I've changed a lot of things in my training and the way I do things, and I'm having more fun now. I believe I'm more athletic than him. I have more tools, and that's why I'm gonna win the fight. I hope he's gonna do his own work, because I'm doing mine. He's very good with his hand. He's a great boxer, one of the best in mixed martial art.
I don't think George is hurt. I think he's scared. I think he's scared to fight everybody right now. What's up? Where you at, George?
Everybody tried to cross the line with me. They tried to get into my head. I don't mind what he says, what his entourage says.
See, I started like from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. By 23, I'm fighting fighting #1 people in the world.
When Nick Diaz smells blood like this, he's smart.
You're gonna take me down? Okay. Now you have to deal with problems on the ground. So you might not want to do that. Conor didn't want to do that. He wanted to run away from me because he knew better than do that.
Like, my life's a mess. I'm not afraid to admit it. You know, I work hard regardless through this shit. But I don't have people, you know, telling me off and handing me water bottles left and right and getting my, you know, training ready for me and getting my shit ready. I got to do all that shit on my own.
When you reach a point that you for your business, you need people, you need a team to work for you to make the economy, to make the money rolling.
That sounds nice, George. That sounds nice, George. Okay, if I wore some tight shorts out there and got a fucking haircut and I had someone buttering me up halfway through telling me this bullshit, maybe it would have worked out. I pull up to a stoplight the other day and some fucking 40-year-old lady, some soccer mom, sticks her head out the window and she's like, I hope GSP beats your ass. We're in fucking Lodi, bitch. I'm like, are you serious? You know what? When you say something, everybody fucking believes it, dude. Everybody wants to know what George thinks and what George says and want to look like how George looks and wear tight shorts like George.
I don't think George is hurt. I think he's scared.
Georges St-Pierre is a very nice guy, but he has a certain anger and fury inside of him for people who try to bully him.
He's the most disrespectful human being I've ever met, and I'm going to put the worst beating you've ever seen on him in the UFC, is what Georges St-Pierre said.
I gotta be the bad guy. You're gonna point the finger, make me the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Now I get a fight.
Another takedown for GSP.
When I want to put someone down, I put him down. I'm the one who decides where the fight goes, you know.
Georges St-Pierre is one of the very best wrestlers that the UFC has ever seen.
His entries, his timing is better than anyone out there.
Everybody tried to cross the line with me, and they tried to get into my head. I don't mind what he says, what his entourage says. The only thing that matters is I fight the best of my ability.
Nick Diaz comes into every single fight ready for war, and he creates a battle right from the opening bell. As soon as that fight starts, Nick Diaz is in your face.
Nick Diaz is a great boxer, one of the best in mixed martial art, but I'm training with better boxer than him.
No, you're not, dude. You're not. You're not training with better boxers because they'll knock your ass out. I don't want to hear about working out with better people than me. I don't want to hear about any of that.
If he can get George to take chances that he wouldn't normally take and make mistakes that he wouldn't normally make, that is Nick Diaz's best opportunity to win this fight.
The living legend goes down with a body shot.
I believe Nick has the style to make me look good. He's gonna make the best out of me come out into that fight.
I'm just gonna do 100% and hope things go well. That might mean me end up winning the fight.
After the first round, Nick Diaz will know that he's gonna have a bad night.
Question for Nick, right over here. To your left, right?
Going to ask you why you weren't here yesterday and what happened and whose fault was it.
There you go. Thanks, Dana.
I know you, man.
Appreciate it.
I would have liked to make it.
Just one more question. You said you got in late on Tuesday night. Was it because of
Ariel,
yeah?
he's here.
Okay,
He's here. He's here now.
No one's doubting that, but just wanted to get the reason
You
why.
want to antagonize him. You want to aggravate him and get him pissed off.
That absolutely not.
It's totally the truth. That's
Asking
why
a
I
question.
knew what your question was right when I called it, right when you picked up the microphone. You never even ask questions first. You usually hang back and wait. Ooh, you
Right.
had to get that
Wow.
first question. You knew what you wanted to
God
ask him.
forbid
You
I
want to
would
piss
ask-
him off and
I would
aggravate
ask.
him. Would you have any questions about the fight?
Not right now.
Okay.
But you guys had plenty of time to switch the poster. That poster's like the picture of me is like from years ago. I mean, can I get one buttered up Photoshop picture in a magazine or in George likes to say I remind him of the bullies that picked on him growing up or they had to deal with. You know, I'm gonna say like how many times you had a gun to your head, George? How many times someone put a gun to your head? How many kids put gum in your hair growing up? Like, should I go further back? I mean, we have to deal with these things.
I believe Nick is the best guy right now in mixed martial art, and I'm fighting him because he's the best guy. Has nothing to do with.
Yeah, but you told the fans that I deserve to get beat down, and you told the fans that I chased you around, or you told the fans.
You told the fan I was scared of you and avoiding you. And
yeah, I
everything.
got the fight too, right? You can understand that.
Absolutely.
I'm working towards something here. All right, everybody knows that. They're selling you all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up. George here is selling you wolf tickets. Dana here, he's selling you wolf tickets. The UFC is selling you some wolf tickets. You guys are eating them right up. The strong guy on steroids would love to ignore it. You know, and he wants to go in there and avoid the fight.
Do you really think I'm afraid of you?
No, that's fine. Okay, no, I don't.
You scared? You
No,
think
I
I'm
don't.
afraid of you, man? Are you crazy in your head, man? I'm not scared of you. You'll see
Okay.
Saturday if I'm scared of
All
you.
right. I'm intimidating, right? That's my plan, to intimidate you out. We'll see if they test who for steroids or what.
I hope they do.
Okay.
I hope they do.
Yeah. You hope they do. What, for me to test positive for steroids? Ain't gonna happen. Why are you mad, bro? Because you're full of shit and everybody knows it? Is that why? Of course we're gonna have
I'm not mad at you, Nick. I don't wish you a bad life.
All right, well, I understand you got to pump the fight, and, you know.
I didn't say nothing bad.
Things
You
didn't go well.
started the
Things
whole
didn't
thing.
go well for you. If you weren't selling no bullshit, we wouldn't. You know, you wouldn't be sitting in this position where you're like, oh well, you know.
I don't know when it was the interview. I didn't remember it said that. They put on the promo. Like, it's the promo. That's why we're gonna make money on Saturday, man. That's what sells.
I've showed up to every fight. Every fight. I never walked away from any fights that you know that were less than 2 people, or that was.
UFC fans, it's great to be back in Montreal as we welcome you to Bell Center and the official weigh-ins for UFC 158, St-Pierre versus Diaz. Here is Joe Rogan.
What's happening, Montreal?
Georges St-Pierre flipped out tonight. He said that Nick is the most disrespectful human being I've ever met, and I'm going to put the worst beating you've ever seen on him in the UFC.
What's up? Where you at, George? Where you at, boy?
Regardless, there's no harder practices than what I'm doing. The only way to stop me is if you run away or you hold on for life.
I don't really care what he says. The main thing is to beat him and to hurt him.
Nick Diaz! $169 for the challenger! $170 for the champion!
Jake Shields, Gilbert Melendez, Nate Diaz, everybody from the town, thank you very much.
Give us your thoughts on Nick Diaz and what's going to go down tomorrow night.
I can talk as much as I want, but tomorrow I'm gonna walk the walk. That's all I can say.
The champion, ladies and gentlemen!
I'm looking to come out and do what I do and come out with a victory.
At the end of the fight, I'm gonna get my hand raised, and he will know that I'm a better fighter than he is.
This building hurts, especially when GSP is fighting.
Georges St-Pierre represents the best in mixed martial arts today. But Nick Diaz presents a very dangerous style. He's got a high-level black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground game and is particularly effective off his back.
Like he said, you think I'm afraid of you? Are you crazy in your head? GSP is a true hero in Canada and a legend in his hometown of Montreal. Nick Diaz, who also arrived earlier tonight, the Cesar Gracie black belt and former Strikeforce champion, is confident that he will defeat the champion.
The guy has incredible cardio. He regularly competes in triathlons, has swam back from Alcatraz twice. I mean, he's got ridiculous endurance.
Georges St-Pierre, one of the most prolific champions in UFC history. And look at the records he possesses, not surprisingly, many with his wrestling ability. There is a live look inside the locker room of the welterweight champion, Stockton's own Nick Diaz, the former Strikeforce champion. He just wants to battle this evening. 38 professional fight and a huge opportunity tonight for the kid from Stockton. The welterweight champion, Georges Rush St-Pierre.
And Nick has already started stalking him and taunting him.
The champion is 31. The challenger is 29, 3 inches taller. Both men possess a 76-inch reach. It's time! Nick Diaz! Georges Rush St-Pierre!
Protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch down, do it now, go back to your corner.
Black trunks for the champion.
Good jab landed right away by Nick. Takedown by George. Good elbow. Good elbows. George controlling Nick on the ground here in this first round. But so far, if he can do this, it's all George.
Top position time nearly 4 minutes of this round, Joe.
Let's see if he has enough time to do something with it.
Big takedown.
Big slam by George.
That's how it is again.
Now.
His ground control second to none.
Where he's getting beat up is in this position. But if he can initiate a lot of movement.
That's a big elbow, Joe. Superman punch. Superman jab.
You can't stand with you. He's got to keep. He's holding you there too long.
Now he's tired. Now you get back.
When you get him his back, just come up, fight his hands, come outside. Like when you got up, just do that every time.
Lose, he hits like a bitch. Watch the finger, guys.
And there's a takedown again. Oh, but this time he stopped.
Not that time, though. Good jabs. Right hand. 3 at a time. Could that be a small turning point in this fight?
Oh, nice shot to the body there by Diaz. Nice kick by Diaz.
Midway point of this championship fight. Looking for a takedown.
And Nick's able to stop it here. Very interesting.
Absolutely.
Good left hand by Nick. And George just looked up at the time, Mike. And a big right hook by Nick Diaz.
Got that one. Big takedown.
There's a shot and stuff.
Nick needs to start to change the complexion of this fight on the feet. He got punched.
Stop the takedown again.
Nick trying to throw some
nice
uppercuts.
knee to the body by Nick. Good combination by Diaz. This is the fight that Nick Diaz wanted, and here it is right in front of him.
Big takedown. That's 7.
Nice jab by George.
Body.
And Nick stuffs that takedown attempt.
He hops right on him. Multiple shots that time. And the knee. St-Pierre once again on top.
It wasn't the destructive finish that George would like. It's the clearest that anyone has ever defeated Nick Diaz. And here's ground and pound by George. Knee to the body. There's a nice straight right hand by George. And then the fourth round, another takedown.
And still, the undisputed UFC welterweight champion.
I don't have training partner like that. I couldn't train for it. It's very hard to find a guy like him, and when you fight a guy like this, it's almost impossible to get ready for that. Nick Diaz is a good guy, and please give him a hands up for Nick Diaz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I remember I saw his fight with Robbie Lawler. I'm actually a big fan of Nick Diaz. He's one of my favorite guys to watch, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to fight him. I knew he was going to make a good fight.
At the end of the fight, I wouldn't let any of the corners, none, George's or his, go in until I went in there and knew everything was cool. And when you watch Nick, he stormed around for a minute, and then he calms down a little bit, and he started to calm down. And then one of the guys who was in George's camp went over to hug him, and he pushed him. He said, "You don't come over and hug me, not you." I don't know if you guys could hear it over the media side. Hit Georges St-Pierre with a body shot that made a sound that you don't hear in fights. And George took the shot. George took him down, controlled him on the ground, and I thought George fought a great fight tonight. When GSP would go for some of those takedowns, Nick defended some of those. You know, GSP didn't get every takedown he went for like he normally does. Guy's got the highest takedown percentage in UFC history. And he didn't even grow up a wrestler. So, you know, I thought Nick did a decent job considering.
So it was very hard to hit and very hard to control. And it was very slippery too. I got a little bit tired too. Tell you the truth, around the third round it was weird. But I give my best, and it was a tough fight. And then right when I went to do an interview with Ariel Lawani said that he just said that I hit like a girl, that he want to fight me in a rematch immediately. So I guess we're back into where we were. So it all depends of the outcome of what's gonna happen. But right now I just finished my fight. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I got hit on the head and everything, and you ask me all these questions. It's hard for me to keep up with this.
The only reason why I'm here right now is, you know, I want a rematch. I think I can beat you. That's what I think. But you know, and I think I may be a better matchup for Anderson Silva as well. You know what? I've never paid taxes in my life. I'm probably gonna go to jail. That's not because I don't have what, you know. Nobody wants to hear about that, huh? Nobody wants to hear about that kind of talk or what's really going on with me. But you know, I might as well just be a kid. You know, I've had fight after fight after fight after fight. You don't know what that does to somebody that didn't graduate high school. He said he had an issue with his raps. Maybe he has something wrong with his raps. I don't know. I ain't gonna accuse him of anything. I did get hit with one shot that didn't feel like it was hard. Still opened a cut on my head. But you know, I could talk shit all day. You know what I mean?